like to support the channel. Also, you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you.
Yo, I'm gonna show you why our community is so jacked up. See those two kids right there? Two young kids, early 20s. That one right there that walked around the Benz, him right there. He owns this. He's 20 something years old. He's like 24, right? Tire shop, owns his tire shop. This is where I come when I need tire, right? Young kid, right? All right, now look over here. See those right there? Black kids hanging out on the corner underneath a tree doing nothing. Totally nothing. At the corner store.
All right, so let me just point this out very quickly. Maybe somebody else can listen back a few times, but I've worked with a few people either from the islands or elsewhere, and I can hear an accent directly from this man. I can't pinpoint it, but I can tell you that within a few words that he spoke, just a few words that he spoke, I can tell that there is an accent there. Number one. Which means that you are from more than likely a different area or a different family. And you are in the black community, or at least amongst black people, and you proceed to try to do a comparison between, hey, look at what these Mexican young men are doing, and then look at what these black kids are doing. See the difference? You're talking about that you know that the person that owns the business is in their 20s, adult. And then you want to talk about black kids who are children, who are teenagers. And you want to try to say that they should be on the same level, that they should be trying to do the exact same thing. They should be trying to automatically better themselves. You don't know what these kids are actually doing. You don't even know what the conversation that they're even having. You just simply took a video and you were like, hey, I know these Mexican guys right here. They own this business. This is where I go. I don't go to black businesses. This is where I go in order to get my tires done because they do it right. And like I said before, if they're doing a good job, that's cool. No problem. You can use social media to have more people go directly to their business. That's all cool. But to try and to do a comparison such as this, right? You say that you, in a sense, know the two guys there. But you don't know those kids there. And why is that? Why don't you, as a quote unquote black man in America, why don't you go over there and have a conversation with those young brothers there and ask what are they up to? Ask them what are their aspirations. If they want to create a business, why don't you teach them or inform them on how to create a business step by step? Why don't you be that living example for them so they know or have a guiding rule to follow how to actually establish themselves? Why would you, as a grown man that is more than likely in his 40s or his 50s, decide to do such a comparison, zoom in directly on the young kids, and then you want to give the same stereotype that America has always given about black American kids? That they don't do anything, they're not about nothing, they're just loitering, they're up to no good. That's crazy. And then you're going to do this directly on TikTok, where hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people all across the world can hear and see your words. Also, the video and the young boys that you showed off. Do people not think about things before they do it, or is everybody just out here just trying to go viral? Because I'm a little bit confused. Because I'm trying to figure out what specifically did those young men do to you in order for you to decide to try to use them as an example. That's a little bit backwards to me. That's a little bit baffling to me. Because again, you don't know if those young boys might be just out of school, right? Because school just ended in quite a few states. So kids are out. They're just out there hanging out with their friends, playing, football, playing catch football, playing basketball, walking around, talking to girls, going to the mall, doing the stuff that normally teenagers or kids do. And like I said before, he doesn't know, nor can he specify the ages of each one of the individuals that are there, nor can he tell me what's in their bank account, nor can he tell me, does their family own or run a business? Do those young guys there own an online business? Because a lot of the younger generation, they're into the online thing. They're not really doing brick and mortar because that's a little bit more expensive, right? But like I said, I guess that's something that he didn't think about when he decided he wanted to start running his mouth about these black kids here and trying to say that they're not up, they're not doing anything and they're up to no good. Like I said, people don't understand that brick and mortar, it takes quite a bit. I got a friend that was looking into brick and mortar, and he was stating to me that it costs a lot more to do brick and mortar than it would be to do online. So this is why even during the pandemic, you have fields of people deciding to start a business online versus brick and mortar. So like I said, and then on top of that, let me just take it a step further. He can't even specify to you that maybe these young kids might be into Forex. Maybe they might be into stocks and trades. Maybe they might be into cryptocurrency. Maybe some of these young dudes might be tutoring and get money on the side. Maybe they might have a grass cutting business. You don't know what any of them could be doing in that community. You're just assuming the worst and the negative, and you want to compare this and be like, oh, see, this is the positive. This is the good. Look at this. Look at what they're doing in comparison to what these black kids are doing. That's crazy to me. You automatically made content demonizing somebody's kids without any type of proof, without a shred of any type of facts or evidence. And you just went off of a very loose narrative. And then I want to go into this a little bit deeper again. So for the young Mexican guys that are two brothers, they have a business established, which is great. That's positive. That's cool. Clap it up directly for them. But I also want to reiterate, usually when it deals with Mexican or the Latin community, normally their families are the ones that will support them. They're the ones that will give them a hand. They will give them the money. They will save up in order to help their kids or their families establish a dream or a business. And once that dream or that business is established by those families, everybody is eating. So yeah, you got those two Mexican brothers right there. They established the business, but the whole family's eating off of that business. Because at any moment in time, let's say like the father, he might be running on bad luck, if it may do it construction or cars, whatever the father may be doing, right? And he's like, I need a job. He can go directly to his sons and he can automatically start working on cars and tires or what have you. Right? Or maybe it was a family member coming, from a long ways away, and they were coming directly into the States, and, they might not be able to speak English that well, and they're looking for a business, while they get, their stuff together. They could come work with those two brothers. See how that works? Everybody can eat directly off of that plate because the family did what was needed in order to establish that business and or that dream. While you, quote unquote, being a representation of a black man, right, decided that you didn't want to do that or be that representation for those young black men out there. But yet you wanted to talk about them for content's sake on TikTok as if you're some type of soapbox hero, as if you're some type of preacher, as if you got some type of positive narrative running directly out here that everybody can learn from and watch. It's crazy to me. But like I said, this is how easy it is to do content and to, in a sense, go viral, because all you have to do is really be somebody else and talk negatively about black people, and your content will just make it. It'll just start flying wherever it needs to go. But if the same guy wanted to talk positivity, he wanted to talk life and love directly into those young black men, we all know his content wouldn't go anywhere, because we can look at society and we can look at the internet as a whole, and we know that to be factual, given the evidence. So like I said, for the quote unquote black people that are here in the United States at this moment in time, y'all need to do a lot better than what you are showcasing at this moment in time, especially when it deals with talking about us in a negative light.